that is Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Okay, so the three doshas in permutation and combination, they make a lot of this. Okay, so there will be multifold combinations in a little bit less, more, or moderate in this way. But in general, we say that there are three. Okay, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, singular ones, and then there are three in duality, like Vata, Pitta, Kapha, Pitta, and Vata, Kapha. Okay, and then there is one having all the three. But yes, it doesn't mean that these have to be in equal level. Okay, they might be a little bit up and down, but more moderately they are in a similar this. So in general, we will consider there are 7 types. Fine. So in these 7 types, why do we need to know them? Okay, that is a important. Anything what I tell you, you should first ask me, why do I need it, right? So the thing is, these doshas are like, they are like biochemical forces, energy forces in your body, which decide everything in your body. So what kind of activities will suit you, what kind of food will suit you, what kind doesn't suit, what kind of diseases you might have. It's not like Jyotisha, but it will predict as to how your health will go, what will be best for you. Okay, so that actually helps in maintaining the health. That is the most important thing, right? We need to have a proper healthy body. So that's why you are in this program, so to take you towards health. So see, when we say Vata, Vata is more of, I'll give you very basic principles, very basic qualities for which you'll be able to take it forward. Okay, so when I say Vata, Vata is dry. It is more of like air qualities. Okay, wind or air, what we say, that quality will come into us. So it's more flowing and not in like water flow. Okay, it is like wind flow, and then it is dry, it is cold. Fine. And when I say Pitta, Pitta is exactly opposite, in the sense it is hot. Okay, and it is more of liquidy rather than wind like. Okay, it flows in liquid way. And then Kapha is something which is very solid, which is cold again. It is, these are the qualities which are similar to Vata and Kapha. That is it, only cold. That's it. But then all other things are entirely opposite. Vata is more wind-like, and Kapha is solid. It will bind. Okay. So Pitta, when I say, it is digestion, it is conversion when it comes to action in the body. Okay. Anything that changes, the action of enzyme, maybe the action where your color is this, or you see the things and you process the things. Okay. So that all is Pitta. Vata is conduction. Okay, so nerve impulses, or even the process where the flow of your digestive juices or your digestion flow, all that comes under Vata. Kapha is binding. So holding your joints together, binding them with maybe ligaments or muscles or something, giving you a stability, solidifying the body, giving the form to the body. That is all Kapha when it comes inside the body. Fine. Now, this all qualities in our body have to be maintained. So we need to maintain our joints to be strong, but in the same time, it should be flexible. So there is a little bit of Vata and Pitta also in the joint. It's not just Kapha, right? So all three doshas work together. So when they are working together, that is a perfect health. And that's why we want them to work together. Now, what will feed them to work properly is diet and activities. Okay, these are the two reasons which will lead to either health or ill health or sickness. Okay, the same reasons, your diet, your activities, or whatever predisposition you have had, okay, from your parents, genetic predisposition, or your grandparents, etc. All that make up for either you to be healthy or to have certain diseases. Okay, so there are certain factors which we can't change. That is the one which have been decided during our birth, the time of conception, etc. We can't change them. But yes, there are some other what you say variables which we can definitely change. That is your diet and your activities. Now, activities as such, you are right now doing a wonderful activity of joining to a yoga program. That itself shows that you are on the right path, right? Now, supporting food is also very much important. So I'll not go into 7 different variations, but you can do the combinations later. I'll just highlight the 3: Vata food, Pitta food, and what you say, Kapha food. Now I'll explain in opposite way. See, if you have a phenotype of Vata, that is usually the people who are having Vata are like bony. Okay, they have a tall stature. Their bone set is very strong, and they are very fast. Their movements are pretty fast. They kind of have lot of movements, the hand gestures maybe, and their thinking process is pretty fast. They can grasp whatever you throw at them very fast, but they will forget. Okay, they can't hold uh, whatever information has come. They will forget. They will be very happy-go-lucky type of people. Fine. Whereas Pitta Prakriti people are the people who are very, like they are moderate in a way. They will not be very tall or very short. They are moderate, and but they are very intelligent. They will, it might not be as fast as Vata to grasp the things, but once they grasp the thing, the processing is pretty nice. They process it very well, and their memory is also moderate. Okay, they are super intelligent, and their digestion is very fast. They are prone to acidity, such diseases, okay, where the enzyme secretion is pretty high. But whereas when it comes to kapha, they are a little bit slow. They are petite kind of body type, wherein, and they tend to accumulate weight very easily. Like, you might say, there might be some people, I drink water and I gain weight, right? I have heard that many a times. So they are usually kapha type of people. They are usually very calm and quiet. They are not always excited as Pitta Prakriti people or Vata Prakriti people. They are pretty calm and stable minded, and their joints are pretty strong. Okay, very intelligent. Memory is awesome. Memory, they can remember everything from their childhood to like whatever you give to them. Okay, so this is about the prakritis, and the combinations will have combined qualities of the 2 doshas. Now, when it comes to food or diet, the opposite type, whatever prakriti you have, what qualities the dosha is tending towards, the opposite ones you should consume. Okay, then you are kind of keeping a check on the dosha. Okay, for example, vata prakriti people should have vata pacifying diet. Like, they can have hot, sweet, and unctuous, or what you say, wherein you can have a little bit of fat, etc., is okay for them. Okay, so if you have gained weight also, you can reduce the weight pretty easily with vata prakriti. Okay, and you can have like a sweet, sour, and salty taste foods. That is very good. We'll learn about the taste and the relation of the food in later, some other time. But yeah, for vata, definitely sweet, sour, and salty foods are very well suited. If they consume those foods, it will kind of maintain the dryness, the what you say, hyperactiveness of the person's quality, and then the health will be maintained. And when it comes to pitta, it is more of what you say, soft food items, like sweet is also okay for them, but bitter and astringent are the best food for pitta prakriti. See, if you keep on having acidities or burps, wherein it or burning sensation in your chest, or such or headache kind of irritations, nausea, often you suffer from any GI system related issues, then bitter and astringent are the tastes for you. Any food item having these tastes will always give you comfort. Okay, so yeah, and a little bit of fat is also good for pitta prakriti. Okay, but when it comes to kapha prakriti, it is more of what you say, bitter taste and this astringent and pungent. Okay, so even pungent taste. You can have spicy food also. That is actually good for you. Okay, but no fats. You should avoid fats, but you can and then not very liquidy food items. So if you can manage with that, then this becomes very comfortable for you. Now coming for examples of dietary ingredients which might be good for each prakriti. uh, for vata, the vegetables like okra and cooked onions, radish, parsley, pumpkin, garlic, all these are very good for you. In cereals, wheat and rice are also very good. Zucchini, asparagus, and these gourd kind of vegetables are good for you and pitta as well. Fruits like apples, oranges, sweet cherries, and apricots, raisins, figs. These are all very good for you. Pomegranate is one of the best fruits which can be had by everybody. And papaya, peaches, etc. And when it comes to oil, sesame oil is the best actually. Even you can use that to apply on your body as massage, oil massage, like that. Or you can for cooking this soya bean oil, canola oil, or even coconut oil. Olive oil is good. Okay, groundnut oil also you can definitely go for. That also helps. And this is for vata prakriti. And when it comes to pitta prakriti, the prakriti which has a very high digestive capacity, the enzymes are pretty well, what you say, fast flowing in a way. So the digestion is pretty fast. So for them, rice, wheat is also good, but then sorghum, these millets are also very good for them. Corn or puffed rice is available in India. So this, I see that some of you are Indians, so they will know puffed rice is very good. So you can definitely have that. It will help to soothe your system as well. Green gram is very good in pulses, especially. And then mock bean and lentils, the orange ones, those are also very, very good for you. And in vegetables, gourds are considered to be the best ones. I'll just switch off this one. I hope you can hear me. I'm sorry, my earphone battery died. So you can hear me, right?
Yep.
Yes,
Okay.
we can hear you.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. Yeah, gourd vegetables are the best for Pitta Prakriti. Okay, so any gourd vegetable you can take, bottle gourd or any variety from that family, and zucchini, etc. Spinach is good. Kale, cucumber, these all things are very good. And in fruits, not sour fruits, you better avoid very sour. But this in the same fruit categories, if you can get the sweet ones like grapes, sweet grapes is good. The black ones are very good for you. Pomegranate is very good. Pomegranate actually we advise for all everybody. It is one of the best fruits. So we advise without any others. Okay, and then watermelon, cantaloupe, these raisins, dates, the figs are very, very good for you. And in spices, especially some kitchen herbs, what we say, the basil, even holy basil and the basil, both. Okay, and this fennel, dill seeds, these are all good, but then don't consume them raw. But if it is best, if you can dill, etc., if you can saute them a little bit with slight oil, not too much of cooking, but just a little bit sauteing and consuming will help a lot. Okay, and asparagus, this peppermint is very good. Cardamom you can just chew as well if you feel any burning sensation, etc. If you put cardamom, like crush it a little bit and put it in water, soak it for some time and drink the water. Or coriander seeds also, that is very good for you. It will soothe the GI system. Whenever you have acidity, just keep those drinks with you. It is very simple to prepare as well, and keep sipping them
It would be best if it is hot water. If not, just normal water is also fine, but soak them for some time and then drink it. So it will help to ease off the excessively secreted enzymes, etc. Okay, and coconut milk, etc. is very good. Cream is good. All milk products are good. Not the curd as such. Yogurt is fine. But when it comes to curd, for Vata, curd is okay. But for Pitta, it is better to keep a check on it. But if you love curd, then you can add a little bit of dry ginger powder or long pepper powder in the curd, slightly, just a pinch. It won't change much of taste. And then mix it and then have the curd. That is also fine. You also get yogurts with fruits. That is also okay. You can definitely take, but try to take these items which are heavy for digestion during afternoons, so that you have a bandwidth for your digestion to work on it. Okay. Try not to take any heavy foods at night, so that your digestion, your stomach is lighter when you sleep. It is not working, and it's not overcompensating, etc. Okay. So what happens next day? It will there will be still food which is not digested properly, and on that your brain will signal you that you are hungry and you will consume your breakfast, and the mixture will not be a proper one. Okay. So yeah, lemon zest, etc. is very good. If you are seasoning, if you like that, it is awesome. Coconut oil, rose water is very good for you. Ghee, butter, everything. In all the milk products, ghee and butter are the best ones. You can definitely have those as frequently as you want. Ghee doesn't increase weight. You can have a spoonful of ghee. You can definitely, even if you are avoiding all other fats, I would recommend, please do have cow's ghee. If you can get the yellow one, at least one spoonful in your diet in a meal, that will definitely help to increase good cholesterol and reduce bad cholesterol. Okay. So yeah, but for Pitta Prakriti, the instead of oils, butter and ghee would be the best one to use for any seasoning, etc. We would prefer that, but then yeah, you can definitely use olive oil, etc. For seasoning, but preferred ones are the this ghee. Okay. And when it comes to kapha, all colored rices are good. Red rice, brown rice, you can definitely have those. Anything which is what you say, which delays your digestion, the millets, and it doesn't nourish you too much. Okay. So, but it gives you proper minerals and required nutrients, but it doesn't give too much of carbohydrates. Such foods are very good for you. So red or brown rice, oats, then different millets, barley, couscous is very good. Barley you can use as much as you want. It is one of the best food items. Then this moonbeam, chickpea, etc. are good for you. The best drink for kapha prakriti or for reduction of weight as well is buttermilk. Okay, so either honey water or buttermilk are the best drinks for you. But honey water, when you are having, try not to heat the water and then add honey to the hot water. Let the water, which rolling boil the water, bring it down and let it cool down, come to normal temperature, and then add honey to it. So that is the best one. That will actually give you to reduce the weight. You can even season it a little bit with lemon zest, or even lemon juice is also fine. That is a very famous combination. But only difference is don't go for hot water. It should be a normal. The honey should not be added on hot things as much as possible. Okay, to have its full benefits, medical benefits, add it in normal temperature water. Okay. And buttermilk, when you are, and I say buttermilk, it is along with, you can either remove the butter from it completely, or you can leave little bit of butter. You can season it with ginger and basil, coriander, or mint leaves, a little bit of jeera zest, or anything. Any seasoning you want, you can change the taste and you can enjoy the buttermilk. You can even have buttermilk fasting. I usually give it to my patients, and See, throughout the day, one day you can designate in a week wherein you are not doing too much of physical activity, you are not going out too much, then designate it as buttermilk day and drink buttermilk from morning to evening as much as you want. There is no restriction. Whenever you feel hunger, just pour a glass of buttermilk, season it as you want, not the sugar, but ginger or anything like this, and then drink it. Okay. But at night, just have some khichdi, millet khichdi maybe, or even lentil and rice khichdi, anything. A small bowl of khichdi. Don't just keep whole day on buttermilk itself. Sometimes the system might not get properly adjusted for the next day's full diet. Okay, so you can just have one day in week as buttermilk diet. And yeah, fruits like cranberry, papaya, muskmelon, guava, plums, and all these gooseberries. Especially gooseberry is one of the best berries. Okay, so it is rich in vitamins. It has, we according to Ayurveda, we have 6 tastes, and the gooseberry has 5 tastes in it. So it is very wonderful, one of the herb which you can use as a nutritional supplement as well. You can just boil it and dry it, season it with salt and pepper, dry it and eat it as such, or in any way you want, you can eat it. So we usually, that is the main ingredient in Chyawanprash. Okay, so you can understand how important it is. So you can definitely have it. You can even just try to what you say, raw fruit itself. The bigger ones are available now, which you can just take out the little bit of the flesh and add it along with your foods, or you can put it in water, charge the water with the gooseberry and drink it throughout the day. You can use it in any possible way you want. Okay, so this is about and the oil. The best oil for kapha prakriti is mustard oil, actually, which the oils which are of hot essence. So those are very good for it, because kapha is cold, so we want to break it cold and solid. And to break something which is cold and solid, like for right now you are trying to do exercise, right? So you are kind of activating that others. You don't want to be stable, you want to be active, so you break the kapha, and then it reduces the fat, right? So the same diet would suit you the best. Okay, so I'll stop here. I have taken a lot of time. I'll take the questions now.
So far, no questions on chat.
I think Sana asked how to know which Prakriti we are.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
so,
document we'll share.
yeah.
But yeah, if you can repeat a little bit, Dr. Nikhila,
I'll
please.
take the simplest questionnaire. Actually, you will find many questionnaires on the line to understand the Prakriti, because it's a big thing. Like Prakriti assessment includes your physical qualities, your mental thoughts,
Yeah.
even dreams also, and everything. So it's a big process, but I'll try to share the shortest questionnaire with Aradhana. I'm sure it will help to understand, at least to some extent. So, but if your digestion is pretty fast, it is pitta. If it is very slow, it is kapha. Okay, so I'm just giving you an example based on diet, your digestion. Yeah. So that's it. But I'll send this. I'll send any other diet related. Okay.
From Lavina, can you read the message, Dr. Nikhila?
Yeah, chia seeds.
Is chia seed healthy? What prevention should be taken with chia seeds? Lavina has asked.
Are very, very healthy. You can soak them and use them in your smoothies, or you can just consume it as such also. In salads also we season them. You can definitely use precaution as such. There is no such precaution as such for chia seeds, but it is always best if you soak them and consume it. Okay, so it will give you more benefits. You can use them with water, you can use them with milk. It is one of a very versatile food item. So yeah, you can definitely use chia seeds more. These all seeds are very good sources of minerals and fatty acids, especially the sunflower seeds or pumpkin seeds. Try to use them in your salads, or just like dry fruit mix you can keep, which you can consume along with your breakfast itself. Don't try to have multiple food. Try to have everything clubbed together so that you don't start your engine, like how last time I said, if you eat anything, your engine starts. So it will be like half process, and then again you are eating something. Try to feel hunger. When you are hungry, then you consume the food. Okay. Another
Hima,
question.
I think, has a question. Hima, do you want to
Yeah.
ask?
Yes, Dr. Akila. Yeah. Actually, so according to you, you should not keep eating throughout the day,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Just have it in like your breakfast, lunch, dinner,
Yeah.
you know,
3 meals
separate.
are best. If you can go for, if you can, like many people, again, it depends on prakriti wise.
Mhm.
If you're getting hungry frequently, then try to have, like, decide which are the most like intense hunger timings of you in the day. Try to map it, and during those time, plan the meals. Like it might be brunch and supper, or it might be breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And
Okay.
these are the main ones. And in between, if you get hungry, then just eat a raw fruit as such. Don't make it juice or anything. You eat it actually. When you
Fruit, yeah.
yeah, you masticate, the brain will start to think that you have eaten too many things. So when you give birth to your jaw,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
give her this, or you drink warm water, or just normal water with honey. That is also very
Okay.
good. Or buttermilk,
Yeah.
less quantity, not too much. Or
Okay.
skimmed milk is also good. Skimmed milk also, low fat milk you can have definitely. That is good.
Okay. Yeah. And one more thing about oils. Should we keep switching oil like every 2 months once, different kind of oils? I
Oil,
heard that,
yeah.
yeah, you can gain whatever that particular oil has to give you, you know, like your body, instead of
Yeah,
using the same oil throughout the
definitely.
year.
According to season, you can switch actually. There are certain
Okay.
oils, mustard oil, etc., which are heavy and which are having hot potency. So those you can use during winters, and during
Okay.
summer you can use olive oil or coconut oil, or these safflower oils. So like this you
Mhm.
can switch, or in between when there is rainy season, you can use ghee. Actually, that is also good, or
Okay.
sunflower oil. So these
Mhm.
definitely switch the oils. You
Okay.
see, you try to make it as versatile as possible, but the best thing to do would be to adopt the food of the place. So wherever you are
Okay.
situated, try to
Mhm.
adopt that food, because the like how I said in the initial this, that environment and we are kind of we go hand in hand. So
Mhm.
the geography, the nature produces the food which is best suited for that geographical area. But yeah, because of globalization, now we get
I
anything
know. Every
everywhere.
food, every season. Yeah.
Yeah, there is no season also now. But try to follow season as much as possible. Try to follow basic, like for example, I am in South India. So the Bangalore is a ragi place. So and
Mhm.
rice. I try to
Yeah.
follow, include more of ragi whenever possible, or rice whenever possible. If
Mhm.
I go to North Karnataka, it is bajra and jowar. So I
Mhm.
try to incorporate that. If I go to Maharashtra, I try to incorporate a different wheat, etc. These kind of food items. So try to
Okay.
incorporate the food more. Like whatever you like, that is okay. But at least in between now and then, try to have the
Mhm.
seasonal food as well.
Okay. Yeah.
We have
Thank you
another
so much.
question, Dr. Nikhila, from Sana. Which atta roti is best for losing belly fat?
I would suggest multigrain. Okay, so multi-grain, what happens? See, it might not be as tasty as the other wheat, this, or it might not be very soft also. But multi-grain will actually, what it will do is all the millets and these this have a particular high fiber this, which will help in delaying the digestion process. Okay, so your stomach will feel full for a longer time, and of course you have to masticate it. It's not easy. It is like an adventure eating a millet roti. Okay, so you kind of masticate it, and then what happens, naturally the quantity of food will also reduce, the intake reduces. And in the same time, when it is giving you enough minerals, etc., fiber and all what your body requires, but it is not nourishing you too much. Okay, so multigrain or millet roti is the best one. Any millet diet you can go for, any millet atta you can go for. Single millet you can take, or you can make combinations of millets. That is best one for you. If you feel it is becoming too tough, the best way is to apply a little bit of ghee while you are frying it. So ghee will actually help to make it soft and digest it in a best possible way, without giving like gas, etc., or acidity kind of troubles. And one more suggestion for the process of cooking the rotis is, some people do fulka kind of things. That is best if you can do fulka. But if you don't know how to make the fulka, then if you're doing it on a tawa, try not to change the sides very frequently. Just like when you put the roti, wait for the upper layer to start giving some bubbles, then apply a little bit of ghee and shift it, and just wait for a proper this. You will get an idea. And then just another one thing. That's it. Don't keep shifting. Then it becomes very tough. Okay. If you shift only twice, it becomes very soft. Yeah.
Okay, we have one more question from Asha. She says we regularly take ajwain seeds after meal every day. Is that okay, or is there any side effect of taking too much of it?
That is awesome. That is very good. You can definitely continue taking it. In fact, I would recommend everybody who has a gas problem to take ajwain regularly, or motion problem, constipation, etc. Definitely you can consume ajwain, but the quantity should be a bit less, not too much. When you consume ajwain, nicely chew it, like try to get all the juices out, and then like enjoy that and then this you can consume it, or you can even put it in hot water and drink it. That is also good. But try not to drink water immediately after meals. Try to have water just before meal. 1 glass of water, warm water would be best just before meal, so that the stomach is already having certain amount filled with water. Okay, you will not consume too much of meal. But don't have water after food immediately. Leave a gap of half an hour and then consume. And along with ajwain, you can even add a little bit of soft or jeera, etc. Even the mukhwas, what is available, it is also a good combination. But don't go for sugary additions in it. The other ones are good. You can definitely go for it. It actually helps to clean the mouth as well.
Okay. Dr. Nikhila, will you be covering any other topic right now, or should we just continue with the questions?
Continue with questions.
Okay, great. So Hema has asked for vitamin B12 options in plant-based foods.
Vitamin B12 is very richly available in all colored foods, like fruits, etc. are very rich sources of vitamins, all vitamins, and especially vitamin B12. So you can have like papaya or guava, or these fruits are very good sources for vitamins. And then there is egg. If you are you can have non-veg. Non-veg is actually a good source. That is why vegetarians suffer from B12 deficiency very frequently. And another one major one is rice. Actually, the rice which has less polishings, if you can consume, that is the best source. because the uppermost cover of the rice is very rich in vitamin B complex for that matter, and minerals, and even mild quantity, very less quantity of this. So, but what happens to make it look beautiful, the polishings are given for the grain, which because of which it loses this. Only the upper part has the vitamins and all. Inside it is just carbohydrate. So either parboiled rice, it is not usually very tasty and it smells. So if you can consume parboiled rice, that is awesome, because they will do a process wherein they kind of steam the rice and then so that the vitamins and minerals kind of enter inside deep, and then when it is polished, it still looks good, but it has all the nutrients. So parboiled rice is the best one. If not, then go for 14% or less polishings rice, or old rice which has been kept for some time. That is awesome. It is very good source of vitamin B12.
Thank you, Dr. Nikhila. Another question from Neeraj. If you have acidity issues very frequently, should we shift to alkaline diet, and what are good alkaline food to consume daily?
Yes, if you are having frequent acidity, see, there are two reasons why you have repeated acidity. Okay, one is you are not eating when you are hungry. That means you are not giving enough time for the body to digest the previously consumed food, and you are mixing this like in between your, if you are snacking repeatedly. Okay, and then the food what you are consuming is either very spicy and sour food. So try to avoid those. The best ones would be like basil, holy basil or basil, both, and jeera, coriander powder. These infused waters are the best ones. You can infuse mint leaves also. Just take a bottle of water, keep certain mint leaves in it, and the lemon zest, the upper the yellow part of the lemon is, or orange also, is one of the best antacids, you can say. So that kind of makes it more the water charged with this. So coriander seeds and cardamom seeds, those are very good. You can just crush the coriander seeds. You don't have to make it entirely like a powder. It will give very strong taste and you might not like it. But instead, just warm the water, take it down and crush the coriander, whole coriander seeds slightly with a bowl or so, under the bowl, and then put it in the water, leave it for 15-20 minutes, let this settle down, and then you can drink that water throughout the day. That will help to reduce the pitta a bit. Usually what happens if you have taste for chats or very oily deep fried food, so you get these acidity issues repeatedly, or your glands are hypersecretive. So this water definitely helps. Okay, you can avoid sour fruits, sour food items like curd, etc., and fermented food items, dosa batters, or this even pizza base kind of this, wherein too much of fermentation is done. So fermented doughs you better avoid. Eat fresh cooked food and salads also to some extent. Till your digestion has come back to normalcy, it is better to avoid salads. But you can go for cooked salad, like you can boil the vegetables and consume. Okay, so that is one of the best ways. And if you can switch to pink salt from sea salt, that is awesome. That will actually reduce your pitta and acidity. So yeah.
I also have a question. So you had mentioned that for Vata Prakriti, sweet, sour, and salty foods are good.
Yeah.
So my question is, like, how do I understand the quantity of food? And is this what I should be having and not have anything else? In terms of what you mentioned is good for me? Or is there a balance that I need to create, like maybe in percentage wise as well?
definitely you have to go for balance. We always say that all the 6 tastes have to be used in a balanced way. But according to Prakriti, you can keep like 50% you go for your Prakriti wise tastes, and the other 50% all 6 tastes in balance. So a little bit more, double the quantity of what the other taste you are having. So you should have that. And especially the opposite tastes are, they increase the dosha. So but we need them. It is not like we can't, we can avoid them totally. We do depend on it. We need a little bit of pitta and vata also in us, even though we are of different prakriti. So that's why a balance is must. And the quantity is the best way to understand your quantity is to check how much you can consume. Say, for example, if 3 rotis are given to me, I'm just giving you an example, okay? So I divide my stomach into 4 parts. 1 part I keep for liquid food, 2 parts I keep for solid, and 1 part I keep empty, okay, for air, for example. Fine. So if 2 rotis are given, I will drink a glass of water first or half glass of water, and then I'll start eating. If I start to feel like there is a satiety indicator, right? So your brain will start telling you that your stomach is full. But then what happens? We usually ignore the first sign and we keep eating because it is either tasty or we are just engrossed with our thoughts or something. And then when we stop, actually, we stop once the plate is empty, right? So try to understand the first signal when the brain gives you that the stomach is about to get full. So at that point of time, you stop and leave the extra space for air. So that is the best way to actually decide your quantity. So 1 or 2 times if you do, you will understand what is your quantity and you can maintain that. If at all it is becoming pretty difficult to actually measure, because what happens in some conditions wherein acidity is there, or especially diabetes or such other diseases are there coexisting, people, it becomes very difficult for people to understand actually how much quantity is right for them. Okay, so in such ways, you combine Ayurveda with the nutritional science. So usually the modern nutritional science gives you a quantity of around 2000 to 2500 kilocalories of diet for an adult. Okay, so try to bring it to that first. So once it will never be enough for you, I know, but you can make it to 3000 plus or minus little bit. And then slowly, once your body gets trained to understand the signals of mind and the hunger gets trained, then you can come back to Ayurvedic principles. Yeah.
Thank you. That was really interesting. So one thing I kind of just wanted to highlight is you mentioned eating food that is from your geography, trying to
Yeah.
stick as much to that, and also switching as per season,
Yeah.
whether it is oil or food. Understanding and switching as per season is also very important. That's
Yeah.
great. We have one more question, simple question. By pink salt, you mean Himalayan salt? Sana wanted to know.
Yeah. It is potassium chloride and it is rich in other minerals. It is not sodium. Sodium chloride is the sea salt, which kind of collects water in your body. Fine. So it kind of holds the water in your body. So we usually advise, that is the best one, the pink salt. If you see the pink salt, it is not just pink, but it has different color ranges. So that is fine. Any color range is fine, but it is very, very rich in minerals. What happens when you are doing weight reduction? Sometimes aggressive dieting, etc., will lead to certain mineral deficiency or any dietary nutrient deficiency. So incorporating such foods like gooseberry or pink salt, etc., will ensure that those mineral and vitamin deficiencies are fulfilled, okay, to some extent. And diet is the best way to fulfill. Of course, you can take supplements, that is secondary. Usually, even if you take supplements, I'll tell you, calcium, if you are taking, nearly 70% of calcium will go waste. Only 30% of the tablet is absorbed in your body. And if there is iron or something you are taking, until and unless you have B complex, which is the intrinsic factor which helps to absorb it, it will not be absorbed. It will just pass through your gut. Okay, so but when it goes through food, if for example you are eating beetroot, etc. Okay, if you are eating raisins, if you are eating dates, those are very good source of iron and folic acid, etc. So body can absorb it very easily because the formation or the molecules are very similar to the plants, and the animals have similar kind of others. So absorption becomes pretty easy. Yeah. So yes, I'm sorry, I extended my answer.
Thank you. Geeta says that Himalayan sea salt is good, but I have heard that it does not have iodine added, unlike in sea salt that you get in the market.
Yeah. Do you actually need iodine? Unless you are in the goiter belt, you don't need iodine. Okay. So unless you are prone to any thyroid related issues, health issues. Okay. So you actually don't need iodine. It might sound a little bit controversial because I'm a doctor and I have to speak what government says, but I am against iodine salt, iodine fortification. Okay. See, there is a specific geographical area where iodine deficiency is very high, and in those areas, if you are consuming iodine charged salt, etc., that is very good. But not the whole nation requires, or not all the geographical this requires iodine fortified salts. That is one of the reasons what I have it might be just an observation, I'm not claiming it, but a lot of thyroid cases have increased nowadays. Like in 10 people, at least 5 people have one or the other thyroid related health issue. Okay, and then it becomes very late to diagnose also. You don't get to identify it very soon. You are losing weight or you are gaining weight, your hair is falling, etc. You just think like, okay, I'm just stressed, I'm just working, I'm not consuming food enough. But then the actual base, this is your thyroid hormones, your other hormones are not properly secreted, right? So you actually don't need iodine that much. So if you feel you have any family related health issues, you go to a consultant, you consult a physician, you get to know whether you actually require iodine supplementation. If yes, then continue consuming iodine fortified food items. You even get oils which are fortified with iodine. You can shift the salt, you can shift the oil to iodine fortified oils, and you can continue consuming it. But if you don't require iodine, I'm telling in general, every one of you, try to switch to pink salt, Himalayan salt.
Okay, great. Thank you, she says. So Sana also had one more question. What are the best foods for hypothyroid people to avoid gaining weight?
Okay. The thing is, when we say thyroid gland is or what you say, it's not functioning properly. That means there is some issue with inflammation. Okay, let us bring it to very simple thing that there is some kind of inflammation in the gland. Okay, and for inflammation, we compare it to clay, that is sticky things, whatever are there. No, so those kind of give rise to inflammation. If anything is inflamed, even if your skin is inflamed, how does it feel? It feels like there is some oily texture on it. It swells, it has collected water, etc., right? So the base thing what we say is to avoid all white things which might lead to inflammation. We avoid salt, we avoid milk and milk products, we ask them to avoid sugar or these things. So I'm just giving you white things, but it's not very technically white, but then basically these things. Okay, so whatever will give rise to inflammation, that we ask to avoid. In both or hyper, don't go for any of these things. Like try to avoid salt, milk products, but for a shorter period. I don't say that you avoid throughout your life, but for a shorter period, strictly avoid all these things. And you go through a dietary regime wherein you are resetting your digestion. Okay, we start with stomach only. So we give a little bit of fasting, like intermittent fasting kind of thing actually, but it's a bit different. It is Ayurvedic way. We don't ask you to fast strictly, like even if you are feeling too much of hunger, we don't expect you to fast. You eat when you feel hunger, but the food also will be very watery, soups, etc. You can consume. These are very good. Like maybe you can have a 3 or 7 days regime wherein you are fasting till you actually get hunger, and then you are consuming only soups or gruels. Gruels are very good carbohydrate rich food itself. You consume, that is okay. Rice gruel you can prepare, or you can prepare millet this gruel, and or lentil soups, etc. are very good. Vegetable soups are good. Clear soups, not the thick soups. Okay. And then later again in the day, if you feel hungry again till the evening, etc., then you can go for 1 or 2 thick soup, like pumpkin soup or something like this. And if you can reset your digestion and avoid the white food, that will be best for thyroid related issues. I have seen many people, even when they take proper medication and proper diet regime, they recover from these health issues. Of course, long term will take a little bit of time, but if you have recently come across understanding that you have some thyroid issue, and if you haven't totally become dependent on the medicine or hormonal supplement, then definitely you can try for this diet regime. It will definitely help you. Yeah. But yeah, but the less of white foods.
Thank you, she's written. Yeah, I think we don't have any more questions now. Would you like to close it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Phenotype, how to understand, very basic few questions I will send. But that will not be very, very conclusive because it is a very long process. But at least it will set you on a pathway to understand your body in best possible way. See, we should always understand. I heard in a famous personality, when he was talking in his speech, I heard one this thought of his, and it kind of struck to me. See, whenever you are using something, so for example, you start using a phone, you get a manual for it, right? You explore first time when you started using your any of appliances, there was a manual, and you read the manual, and then according to manual, when you are using that appliance, it gives you best performance. But if you abuse it, of course it will give you troubles, right? It will get spoiled. In the same way, of course, we don't have a manual as such for our body, but these things are basic things which will give us an idea as to how our body works. Okay, the phenotypes, etc., prakriti, and the seasonal diet, seasonal changes, what happens, day-to-day routine, what you should do, how you should eat, even food behavior matters, food psychology matters. Okay, so those are kind of manuals or rules which will direct us towards having a healthy body and best performance body. Okay. So yeah, I'll send across the questionnaires and a little bit of details as to what all the same phenotype people can consume, which might help you to gain your health in best possible sense. This actually can be anti-aging as well. So I'm giving you one more
incentive to follow this.
Thank you very much for having me for talk.
Thank you, Dr. Nikhila. I hope everyone was able to get something for themselves out of the webinar, and we thank you for spending your time here. We'll be putting up the recording on the group and sending it on email as well to everyone who joined and others. And soon we will meet again with a different topic with different subject. All right, that will also be announced through WhatsApp messages. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Nikhila, once again. Namaste.
Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for writing on chat as well. See you soon. Bye, Olga. You're on mute.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you for showing half your face, finally.
Well, I've been painting.
Ah, nice. Oh, lovely. Wow.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a nice
Bye-bye.
day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.